Good evening. So today we are going to discuss a line graph, and this is a line graph which shows the employee satisfaction level of a company in 3 countries from 2010 to 2018. So this is what the question is. This is a line graph. This is a classical chart. So we do have to compare some numbers here. So we do have the data of 3 different countries. The 3 different countries are the UK, China, and Spain. And the years are 2010 to 2018. So that's it. So we have the satisfaction level of employees, the satisfaction level of employees in the this area, that is the vertical axis, it is denoted. And here in this part, this is a movement chart. We do have a moving the years from 2010 to 2018. So we do have 9 years here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 years, the data of 9 years are there. So we have the data of the satisfaction level of employees in the UK, in China, and Spain. So we do have 3 different pattern of the picture here. So let's see that the 3 different pattern, how the 3 different patterns are different here. So here you can see the Spain, the satisfaction level of employees in Spain is going higher and higher all through the years. So we don't have a decline there. But in the UK, we can see that it is increasing from this point up to this peak of 20 in the year 2040. We can see it had a peak of 70%, and then it is going down up to below 40% in 2018. So this is what we can see here. And now I can say from 50%, China is declining all through the period. So we have, even though we have 3 individual solid line graphs here, we are supposed to compare these 3 patterns, 1, 2, and 3. We need to compare these things over the period. But we can see there is hardly any similarity here. We can see some similarities here up to this point. We can see the difference between these two. The Spain and the UK was almost the same up to this point. From 2010 to 2013, both were increasing, that kept on increasing. So the difference was almost uniform here, and then it got some slight shrink. So from this point, you can say only up to this point we have a similar pattern. Other than that, we don't have a similar pattern visible at all in the graph. So this is what we can see here. So let's look everywhere. This is the years 2010 to 2018. These are the countries: UK, China, and Spain. And this is the satisfaction level of employees. The satisfaction level of employees, it can go, so it was almost from 50 to 60% in 2010. So and it went very different on the next 8 years. Okay, so this is what we can see here. So let's see the question again. This is what we need to address. The line graph below shows the employees' satisfaction level of a company in 3 countries from 2010 to 2014. So let's go with the introduction. What is the introduction? The introduction is, what is the picture and what is it about? So let's see the picture here. The introduction is an assessment on the level of satisfaction of a company's employees in 3 different countries from 2010 to 2018 is depicted in the given line graph. So it is an assessment. So it is a statistical assessment on the level of satisfaction of a company's employees, okay, in three different countries. So the countries, it is not mentioned here, so it is not mandatory to mention the country names here. It is not mandatory to write, it is given in percentages, it's given in thousands. So we just don't need that, because we are going to write these things, we are going to write these things in the body paragraph. So we are going, definitely we have to write, we have to mention the countries, the three different countries we need to mention in the coming paragraph. So we don't need to include that in the introduction here. And at that same time, we are not going to go that this is measured in percentages or rates. Now we don't need that, because it is said in percentages in the body paragraph, so we don't need that too. So it is very concise, three different countries, the duration is given, is depicted in the given line graph. What is the picture? The picture is a line graph. What is it about? It is about a statistical assessment of the level of satisfaction of a company's employees in three different countries. Now, I can see what it is in the overview. So the overview, I can search for the overview. The overview is here. So either you can write overview this part immediately after the introduction, or you can write the overview here at the end. So you can write in both places. So I recommend you to write the overview here, because it will be connected well. So you have a better connection. So in you can you do, there is now rule where to write the overview. It can be written in the beginning after the introduction. It can be written at the end too. No issues at all. So I recommend you to write here. Why? It's because that you be getting a better picture here. So the introduction and overview can be connected. So we can reduce the number of words also if we are writing this here. Okay. So I can I can skip the words here, over this period. So I can exclude this over this period. If it is written here, I don't need that over this period. So many of such words can be reduced if it is connected. So it can be better connected. So the cohesion and coherence of the graph will be more if the overview is written in this place than at the end. So there is no issue, there is no harm if you write it in the conclusion. It is not, write it in the end. No, we don't have a conclusion here, right? Okay, so what is written as an overview? So that's what we are going to discuss now. Let's see what is the overview here. Overall, it is clear that the most favorable atmosphere for the company's employees was in Spain, whereas the opposite in case of Overall, it is clear that the most favorable atmosphere for the company's employees was in Spain, whereas this was the opposite in case of China over this period. However, in the UK, the trend was fluctuating. So it was little bit explained. So you can say, you have seen that the most favorable atmosphere was in Spain, opposite in case of China. In UK, the trend was fluctuating. I don't find any problem there, but it would have been trimmed. So we could have made this overall concise. I would have reduced the word count by 5 or 6 if you would have written this in this point. So you could say that if this thing was written here in this particular part, you would have reduced the number of words there. At least by 5 to 6 words you could have reduced. So it would have looked a little bit more formal and concise if the position was there. The matter is exactly the same. We have no other option there. If you are writing at the end, we have to look for the grammar. So what is the best grammar? You have to look there. So it is there. There is no harm. There is no mistake there. So it is well said, and a very clear cut overview written here in the uh, in the essay here. Now let's see in detail what happens here. See, that's what I told you. The word count is 194. I would have reduced the word count below 190 if it was the overview was under the introduction here. Now, this is what we are going to look at, and then we have to see as the as per the graph. So the graph shows something. As per the graph, the company in Spain recorded the highest level of contentment over this period. So you can see this during the period, Spain recorded the highest level of contentment. Yes, okay, it has not it didn't went down at any point, so it didn't go down at any point. So you can see that Spain remained at the top from 2010 to 2018, so we don't have any problem with Spain there. Spain has a clear cut domination over the other two countries here. In 2010, this level was 60 percentage. The level of contentment, the level of satisfaction was 60 percentage in Spain. This is a topic, the highest level of contentment, the highest level of satisfaction was 60 percentage. The level was 60 percentage in 2010, which was 10 higher than that the employees of the same company in the UK. You just mentioned this thing, the same company. The company has its branches in the UK, China as well. We do have the company in Spain. We do have the company in the UK. We do have the company in China too. So in Spain, the level was 60 percentage, which was 10 percentage higher than the employees of the same company. The company name is A, means the company name is A in UK too. So that the same company, you see, it's very crucial thing here, and China. So this is 10 percentage higher than the same company, the employees of the same companies in the UK and China. This is what we can see there. Okay, now let's see the data, whether it's correct or not. Let's see here. It was 60 percentage, 10 more than China and UK. So this is the thing. So it's 50 here. So the difference is, just a minute, the difference. Please, excuse me. Okay, so we have seen there's a difference. The comparison was 10 percentage. The difference between these two was 10 percentage. So that we have seen that. And next, we can see when the rate of employee satisfaction went up by 10 in Spain by 2013, the proportional discrepancy looks static between it and the UK. So you can say the rate of employee satisfaction went up by 10 percentage in Spain by 2030. So by 2013, so we can say from 60 to 70 it went by. It is we can say it is 10 percentage. From 60 it became 70. So you can mark this also as a point. In 2020 also it reached there. In 2012 also it reached there. So I can say that the mark is 2012 instead of 2013. So I can say it went up by 10 percentage. So the proportional discrepancy was this thing. This is the proportional discrepancy. It remained 10 between the UK and this thing. So when it went up by 10 percentage, it moved to 70 percentage satisfaction level. The discrepancy was 10 percentage between between Spain and the UK. This is what you need to understand. In other words, the 10 percentage difference was maintained in 2010. This was maintained in 2011. This was also maintained in 2012. It was here. It is maintained in 2013 too. So that's why they have written like this. So it went up by the proportional, you can say that the rate of satisfaction went up by 10 by in Spain by 2013. The proportional discrepancy looks static between it and the UK. So we need to add that what is the proportional discrepancy? The proportional discrepancy is 10. You need to add that to here. So that would be better. So it will give you a clear picture. What is the proportional discrepancy? The proportional discrepancy is 10. However, this widened by nearly 25 percentage between Spain and China. So between Spain and China, from the starting point till 2013, so it went from 25, see around, yeah, this is the thing. So it's 10, 10, and around 5, so 25 percentage. This is the difference between China and Spain. So it was 10 between the UK and Spain, and this the proportional discrepancy, it went up, it was 25%, almost 25 percentage between these two countries, Spain and China. This is what we can see there. Now I can say the UK recorded its maximum satisfaction level in 2014, that is 70 percentage. But this started reversing throughout the period, rest of the period. So you can say it is the maximum in 2014, that was 70 percentage. But the rest of the period, it was reversing. Okay, it was reversing. Yes, we can see that it was reversing. The condition in China, it is not east. The condition in China was very similar to the UK's during this period. Yes, it was very similar. During this period, it was very similar. This is the period. This is the condition. This is the condition here. This is the condition here. So it was very similar there. However, when its employee satisfaction level touched to a nadir of 10 percentage in 2018, which was approximately 25 percentage less than that of the UK. So it touched by 2018, China's satisfaction level touched to a nadir of, this is the lowest point, a lowest point of 10 percentage, which was 25 percentage lower than the UK's company's employee satisfaction level in the UK. So this is what. So by 2018, China's employee satisfaction level was just 10 percentage. It was 25 percentage less than the UK. So it is clear what it is here. So I need to know what happened here too. So what is there? Okay. However, by 2016, 80 percentage of the employees in Spain felt they felt satisfied. It's not where found, felt satisfied, and it remained unchanged till 2018. So 80 percentage by 2016, 80 percentage were satisfied, and it went up to the same time. So it remained same till 2018. This is what we can see here at the end. So this is what the picture here. So we have came to an end. We described this thing. It's very clear to you. I think I can go back and see that, summarize this thing. One thing we can see, the trend is going up. So we can see a hike and then fall. We can see a constant fall. So this is mentioned here in the overview. I told you the overview can be written here. So it is mentioned here, the first part, that is the hike. That's about the Spain. The second is about the UK, and third is about the China. So this is what we can see in the overall picture of the graph. So